What's up guys, this is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video I'm going to show you my newest custom figure. This is an original character. I had a customer contact me. He said, I want a completely new original character. The only thing I need for you to do is make him blue and gray, mostly blue with gray accents, and he needs to be a heavy hitter type guy. And we're going to name him Frontline because he's going to be the guy leading the charge in any sort of fight, and I want him to be a shield agent. So with those parameters, I created this guy. This is Frontline. He is made using the Hulkling body. It's all Hulkling. I took the head and I reshaped it, and then I put the balaclava over it, or balaclava, however you pronounce that. So I sculpted that, and then I repainted it, obviously. The shoulder pads are from War Machine, the Toy Biz War Machine. I made the straps out of Mr. Sinister cape straps. I made the center emblem buckle area, and then I added these little ammo belts to the chest straps, sculpted the buckle for him. I added a pad on each top of his hand. We'll get to that in a second. There's a reason why those are there. He's got a couple pouches on there. The pouches are from the new Punisher figure. Strap is Mr. Sinister again. The knee pads are actually shoulder pads from an Iron Man movie figure. I made the straps for the boots out of Mr. Sinister, some grenades from the new Punisher, and then some magazine pouches from the new Punisher as well. And of course, everything's been painted with detail to give it a little bit of realism. I know he looks a little bit shiny. Part of that is intentional, part of that is just from the lighting. All the gray parts are more of a flat color, a little bit of a satin finish kind of. Maybe matte is the better way to describe it. And then the blue parts I gave just a little bit of a sheen to make it look more like leather or something like that. So that's intentional. And then he's got the shield logo on there. Now let's talk about accessories and things, because so far he's big and muscular and he looks mean, but if he doesn't have gear, he's not going to be a good Frontline type of guy. So this pad here on his hand comes off with a magnet that's removable, and that's because he has a big shield that snaps onto his arm. So that's for defensive purposes, I suppose. You could whack with it too if you wanted to, if you were a real person with a big metal shield like that. So he's got that. That's removable, obviously. We'll leave that off for now. Put the pad back on his hand. And then he's got a couple of guns, a couple of really big guns. He's got one of these for each hand, and those connect via magnets as well. Because this guy, though the hand sculpt is great and it looks like he can hold stuff, he doesn't hold stuff very well. Once you look at the articulation, it's really kind of not the best for holding things, at least things that would be in scale with the big character. So I put some magnets in his palms, and that's so that he can hold his gigantic rocket launcher things. So he's got those, one for each side. And the cool thing about these is they actually fire. I'm not going to do it, but if you press this red button, the missiles fire out. So going back to the 90s with that design right there, couldn't help myself. I had these cool guns right here, and I figured, let's let them fire. I was going to glue them in at first because that kind of spring thing is gimmicky a little bit, but no, I let them fire. I figured, what the heck. So those connect into both hands, and then you can close the hand over it, so it looks like he's actually holding it even though it's held in by a magnet. So he's got those. He's got a minigun, which is from War Machine also. I chopped that off of War Machine, and then I built a handle onto it, and I added an ammo belt. So that connects via magnet as well. Then you can close his hand over it. And he's got a minigun, still spins at the barrel. And these things are posable, bendable, not posable, or movable, I guess I should say. So he's got that. And then I figured since it's possible that he would run out of ammo if this was a real person and a real character, you would need some close quarters combat. Let's take that off actually for now. And so I made him some knives that he can hold. And again, they're connected by magnets, but it looks like he's holding them, so that's all that really matters. So he's got a couple of small machetes or large knives, whatever you want to call those. And I also gave him this unique type of weapon. It goes in this hand, because that goes in conjunction with this shield. So he's got this double speared bladed weapon thing also. And when he doesn't want to use those, the bladed weapons, they have a nifty connection spot on his back harness. So he can store all of his weapons on his back right there, like that. And then of course, if you don't want to have him using the shield, put his little hand pad back on there, and the shield can store on his back as well, if I'm not too shaky to put it in place. I don't know why I'm so shaky today. So then, there you go. All of his weapons go on his back. Not counting the guns, they were just too big. But, so you can see there that he's got a good deal of gear, I think. I mean, we could have gone overboard with it, but I didn't really want to do that. So, this is what he ended up with. A couple of rocket launcher type things, a minigun, some machetes, and some kind of spike thingy. As far as articulation goes, he's got all the same articulation as the Hulkling body. He's got the head on the pivot, and then the swivel, of course, ball jointed, ball disc shoulders, bicep swivel still fully functional, single jointed elbow, wrist swivel, hand pivot, and a finger pivot, of course. The ab crunch, I had to rebuild a little bit, but it's still fully functional. Waist twist, wide jointed ball disc hips, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and then all the good ankle articulation, which is really tight on this guy, but he does have the ankle pivot, ankle rocker, and the toe pivot. So he's got full articulation and a good amount of gear. Just for those of you that aren't familiar with the base body, this guy is about 7 1/4 inches tall, Marvel Legends scale for a big guy, and my customer is really happy, so I'm happy too. I had a lot of fun making this guy because I had a little bit of creative freedom on it, and that's always fun. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Stay tuned for more figure reviews and more custom figures, and in the meantime, keep collecting.